What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
I'll tell you what's going on, Big Shot Bob. It's called the Shoot Around. Friday bonus show. If you ever have a question, like some of the people that submitted this week, you just send it to us. We're at Big Shot Bob Pod. I mean, just pretty much everywhere. Big Shot Bob Pod at Gmail if you want to send us an email. First question comes from Jeff, which I'm surprised we didn't bring it up on the Tuesday show, considering Harper and I were texting about it all weekend. Am I crazy, or did I see Rob on the Nightcap with Uncle Shannon and Ocho? How come you guys didn't talk about this? Are they going to be on your show? Jeff, this is a brilliant question, sir. I don't know why we didn't talk about it. I don't know why we didn't find out about it. I didn't know why I was getting screen grabs from Harper about it, and I don't know why they're not going to be on our show.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. Someone from ESPN, a close friend of mine, called me and said, "Hey, can you do this real quick?" I'm like, "Huh? What's a Nightcap?" I said, "I'm at home, so I do it." It was a last minute thing, and it was fun. It was fun. But
they have a good show, man. That's a fun show.
They have a good show.
Yeah.
So
Shannon
of course
Ocho
I
did a good
said.
job.
Of course, I said, hey, I do you a favor, you do me a favor. So she's in the mix of trying to work out something to get them on our show.
I would love to have, either one of them. We don't have to have both of them at the same time, but, dude, I would love to talk to Shannon again. It's been a long time since we talked to Shannon Sharp. But I don't know how much interviews Shannon Sharp's really lining up to do right now. He's got a few things going on, let's call him off the field.
So how did that whole thing go down? They just basically randomly reached out to you?
Well, it's Andrea Yates, who works for ESPN. I've been knowing her for years. She's the one that first got me on NBA Today. I've been knowing her for a long time, and she's working ESPN, and she's working for Shannon. So she called me up asking for a favor. You know me, I'll do a favor for a favor. So
yeah, sure.
So I'm saying, okay, I'm always like to hold my favors, put them in the back on the shelf, like when I need some. Oh, you remember back in the day when I helped you out? Yeah. Now I need a favor.
Yeah.
Right.
Harp sent me a few clips. What did you guys talk about? I heard you guys talk about Pop a little bit.
We talked about
a little
Pop,
bit playoffs and stuff like that.
It's what I've been hearing most about is when we talked about JJ and him talking about we need to get in championship shape. We talked about the games. It's so, Shannon is very knowledgeable of the game. We talked about the past and the present. Ocho was just him being himself, being funny.
Ocho's Ocho, man. He's just a goof.
Yeah. So it was just a good show. We mostly just, just talking about, what happened in the games we watched that night. So
okay.
it was.
And the Lakers had been out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been out. All right. Yeah, because Shannon obviously was we played it on the show, Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. He'd been carrying that flag for months.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm sure. All right, well, if you missed it, go back and listen to Rob on the Nightcap with Uncle Shannon and Ocho. Question here, where is Steph in the GOAT conversation? This came up Monday. Perk brought this up on First Take. Perk said he thinks Steph is one championship and one Finals MVP away from entering the GOAT conversation. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised his name isn't brought up more in this conversation, just simply because of the fact that we always talk about how much probably the game has molded to the way Steph plays the game. How much the league has changed in the way they approach their offense because of what he does. So, yeah, is there a reason why we haven't really mentioned him a lot? What is he, 4 titles?
Because we already give him a GOAT title. We give him the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah.
And so,
I guess that's true.
And I think he doesn't cross over into that category because when you think of someone that's going to be a lock defender, MJ can do that, Kobe can do that, LeBron could do that, Kareem could do that.
Yeah, it's not really Steph's game.
We don't put Steph over to that category. That's to me, that's kind of one of the reasons we don't consider him, one of the greatest of all time, because we already classify him as the greatest of all time as being a shooter. But I don't think he can. Yeah.
How many MVPs has he won?
3? Is it 3 or 2?
2. He's won 2. 2015 and 2016. Won them back to back.
Yeah.
Did Reggie Miller win any MVPs? I'm trying to remember. I didn't think so.
I don't think he did, but let's check. Reggie.
I don't think so either.
Miller.
No, because Jordan was in the league.
Yeah, Jordan stole it. He took it.
Yeah, no, Reggie Miller never won an MVP.
Yeah,
he was in the East with Jordan.
Wasn't no place to win an MVP.
Yeah, no, sorry.
But yeah, I think even though Steph has surpassed, Reggie and Ray Allen and guys like that, people looked at those guys as the greatest, as great of shooters as they were. We looked at them as the greatest shooters of all time. And then Steph kind of took that over, and then you add on a little more as well. Yeah, but it's hard to kind of look at him as the greatest player ever, because the greatest players that we've ever seen have affected the game so much on both ends of the floor.
That's fair.
He just named all the guys who a lot of people have always had in the go.
Yeah,
Hey,
usually those
there's
three.
sometimes, Rob, just like you said on Nightcap, out of all the guys you name, a lot of people keep Kobe out of the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have him in the conversation enough, and a lot of people do it because it's like, well, he was a two guard and Jordan was a two guard. So, it's one of those things that kind of keeps him out of it, because it was like, well, if Jordan won the two guard, then we'd be talking about Kobe more. But I'm like, Kobe played both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and it's always weird when you talk about we talk about in the show how Kobe damn near emulated everything to a T.
Yeah.
At MJ, but we never talk about him as one of the greatest. And to me, I think he is one of the greatest ever played this game. Yeah, so it's just weird.
Well, I mean, I think too. I don't know if Kobe's work ethic is rivaled by anybody. I mean, I think he put in more work on and off the floor than anybody. I mean, just all the stories Rob, the ones you've told too.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, you lose a game. Well, first guy out on the floor after the game's over is Kobe taking shots. Why? Because he lost. So, he's just those kinds of players. That kind of mindset is different. But, Steph, yeah, I guess you're right. Greatest shooter of all time is probably fair enough. But I mean, dude, he's accomplished just as much as anybody in the league. That's for sure. Question from George. You guys talk about movies a lot. So here's a random one. What movie do you love that you feel is criminally underrated? For me, it's the movie Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. It's got a huge cast, a wild mix of characters, and good action. What's yours? George wants to know what movie we feel is criminal. He's not wrong, by the way. Bullet Train is a really, really good movie.
I really did like Bullet
and I don't know.
Train.
I never heard anybody talk about it. Great movie. Loaded cast, too.
See, that's one of those questions I have to think about and get back to you, because there's so many.
I can think of one immediately, and it only
What's
because Shannon and I've had the conversation before. Movie called The Other Guys.
Oh yeah,
with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
Oh my God! I mean, dude, one of the funniest movies. Michael Keaton. One of the best stupid, funny buddy cop movies. I mean, if you've never seen The Other Guys, just give it a shot. You'll cry laughing. It's so good. It's just so good. But criminally.
I like the fact that Wahlberg can do comedy and do straight killer and
big action stuff.
Yeah, he's so all over the board, and you love it, man. So
he's great, dude. Genuinely, he's great. He's great. Yeah. They call him a Yankee Clipper because he shot Jeter. He shot Derek Jeter. Man, it's a biracial angel. It's a great, brilliantly funny movie. Harp, do you have a movie that you feel is criminally underrated? You love it, but it's not talked about enough.
That's a tough one. I would definitely have to think about, because some of the movies that I'm thinking of, I think aren't criminally underrated, especially when they came out. But I do think it's probably movies that people may have forgot about.
Okay. Well, give me one of those. I think that's fair.
No, the one that comes to my mind is not one that people. I was about to say, because it had Travolta and Denzel in it. Pelham 1, 2, 3.
No, that's pretty. I would say that's a pretty underrated movie.
Like when I saw Pelham 1, 2, 3 was a good
Taking
movie.
a Pelham 1, 2, 3 is a very good movie.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
I think it's a remake though, isn't it? Wasn't there like an original one back in the day or something?
So.
Yeah, I think it's a remake. So. But it was. I mean, dude, I'll tell you what, man. Travolta had a little stretch there. Swordfish, Pelham. Pulp Fiction, Swordfish. There's another one. Swordfish, probably criminally underrated.
Yeah.
And not because of the Halle Berry topless scene, but that does get it a little bit of street cred, in my opinion. But a good. I like, and that's kind of why I like Bullet Train. I like a movie that kind of keeps you guessing. Like anything that I can see coming a mile away, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, it's weird when they was filming Swordfish, they sent out a message on the news like, hey, you might see a bus being carried over the city of LA.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be alarmed, they're shooting a movie. So it was actually
I would imagine notices
Yeah.
like that go out on the regular in Los Angeles. Yeah. You see something on fire, it's not, it's pretty good. We did that. All right, question from Peter. These last two might take us a second, so let's go through them real quick. I'm forwarding you guys this thing I saw on Twitter because I wanted to get your take on it. What team would you pick? There were 4 teams of greats. I wrote them on the sheet in case you need to look at them for reference. Mm-hmm. I've seen this graphic pop up a lot, and I didn't think about bringing it to the show. Team 1, Kareem, Durant, CP3, Kobe, and Garnett. Team 2, Duncan, Iverson, Stockton, LeBron, and Shaq. Team 3, Jokic, Giannis, Magic, Jordan, and Dirk. Team 4, Malone, Bird, Steph, D-Wade, and Dream. Who do you want?
Wait a minute, I'm trying to look at this.
Yeah, look, I wrote it on the show sheet, so you didn't have to. I didn't have to repeat it like 18 times.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm leaning.
I'm taking team 1 out already because that's just too skinny.
Okay,
that's a skinny ass.
Team 1. So team 1 would be Kareem, Durant, CP3, Kobe, and Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, that's a talented team, but they too skinny.
Okay.
Think about Kareem, Durant, and Garnett. Those are your bigs.
Yeah, Garnett's really your big.
Yeah, Kareem is big. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kareem's your 5. But you're right. He's lanky.
Yeah, I'm eliminating teams one by one.
So team 1 is out. Okay.
I'm taking out team 3 too, even though it got Jordan on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jokic, Giannis, Magic, Jordan, and Dirk. You're bouncing that team.
We packing the paint on that team because Magic, he's not a great 3-point shooter. Jordan, Dirk and Jokic is your only shooters on that team, but Jokic can't guard nobody. Magic can't guard nobody. Dirk can't guard nobody. So I'm taking team 3 out.
Wow. Team 3 was my front runner. And you bounced them out at 2. Okay.
I'm taking team 4, man.
Team 4. Karl Malone, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, and Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. That is a Houston bias right there is what that is. That is a Rockets bias. What team's got Dream on it? All right, we're going with that team. And then team 2 still in the mix, though, for you. Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan, Allen Iverson, John Stockton, LeBron, and Shaq. That's a pretty freaking stacked team.
But I'm taking them up just because of the Stockton. And don't get me wrong, I think Iverson is good, but Stockton and Iverson makes that team really small all of a sudden.
It does.
So you think about it. So I'm taking team 4,
I don't know,
team 3.
There's something about me would love to see LeBron and Shaq on the same team, though. And I know we did that in Cleveland, but it wasn't, we didn't get Shaq. You got, what was it, 2008 Shaq or whatever.
If we down the stretch, let's say team 2 is up on my team 4, and it's like, 5 minutes left to go, I'm filing because Duncan can't shoot free throws, LeBron can't shoot free throws, Shaq can't shoot free throws. I'm good.
Send him to the line, baby. I love that. Very good. Harper, did you have a team that you liked in that mix? Perfect.
It's tough.
It's a tough one.
It is. No, I mean, look, it's a fun debate. There's no clear winner here. But I like the way you broke it down, though, Rob.
Man, yeah.
I immediately leaned 3, though, because it's just something about Giannis and Jordan and Magic.
Man, let me tell you, man.
And Jokic in there, too? I don't know, man.
Hard to go against Jordan, boy, especially when you give him that level of talent. He ain't played with that level of talent.
No. I mean, he's had talent, but not.
Yeah, but that's different. Like when you're having a Jordan and a Giannis on the same team.
Yeah, Jokic at the 5.
Magic is Scotty. Dirk is the waiter. Giannis is pretty much Dennis Rodman. So that's the fucking 3P team right there. I know Jokic is an upgrade from Bill Wellington.
You said Giannis is who?
Rodman.
Okay.
Don't disrespect Rodman. I know Rodman.
I'm not disrespecting.
No, I just think Giannis is way more of a complete player than Dennis Rodman was.
But I'm just talking about if you want to compare the guys, they both good defenders.
I get what you were saying, but no, I'm not. No, I can't. I've never seen Giannis with a nose ring and a wedding dress, so I'm gonna say that they're not the same person.
And I don't ever want to see that neither.
I'm good with it. All right, last thing in the shoot around. We'll wrap this thing up here real quick. There was a good question from Peter. To his note, I did see another graphic that I did bring to the show that I wanted to get. It's from Hoop Central. I don't know if I agree with all these, but it was every team's greatest player.
I saw that just
Now,
a few
I
minutes
do
ago.
think that some of these are probably near impossible because to say who the Lakers' greatest player was or Boston's greatest player, they have had insane championship legacies. That's really hard. Some of these, on the other hand, probably pretty obvious.
Yeah. I could say Boston. You gotta say Larry Bird.
Okay, so they had Bill Russell.
See, I'm taking Larry. I know I love Bill Russell, but
And I lean Larry Bird. No disrespect to Bill Russell. I lean more Larry Bird. Larry Bird, but that was my youth. That was he put Boston front and center in the 80s and the 90s when I was a fan of basketball. So it's a little biased that way. I think the Hawks is a fair one. Dominique, I think that's pretty obvious. The Nets, they went all the way back to Julius Erving. I'll give him that one. Kemba Walker for the Hornets.
The Hornets, Kemba Walker.
Isn't that who this is? Yeah.
I'm taking Grandmama.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I thought I was going to say Larry Johnson.
LJ. I would take LJ over it, yeah.
Oh, you did take Zoe.
Oh, that's true. Alonzo Mourning was drafted by the Hornets. That's right. He was there for a minute, too.
Yeah.
Jordan for the Bulls. Yeah, okay, fine. LeBron for the Cavs. Yeah, okay. Dirk for the Mavericks. Sure. The Nuggets, they already have Jokic as the all-time best player. Which, I mean, dude, he's what? 3 MVPs in? I don't know if you
Yeah. I'm not going.
Yeah.
I can't
Detroit
disagree with
Pistons, Isaiah Thomas.
I go with that.
Probably fair. Golden State, Steph Curry, sure. The Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. I think that's fair. The Pacers, Reggie Miller, sure. The Clippers, Chris Paul.
No.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I also don't know if I have a better nomination for the Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a better one. Who else do you put in there?
Yeah, I know, because
I mean, you'd have to go back through the whole history of the Clippers.
Yeah, you
but-
can't put Kawhi in it because
No.
he hurt too much.
I mean, if you're going to say Chris Paul, say Blake Griffin at that point. I mean, what the hell are we talking about?
Well, I mean, who you going to put? Lamar Odom?
Yeah, I know. It's like, I guess there's not a lot of options there, right?
Keith Kloss.
Sure. Why not?
Stanley Roberts.
There you go. I'll go with Stanley Roberts. I like that.
Oh,
Darius Miles.
Danny Manning.
Okay. Book it. Danny Manning. The Lakers, they have Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
that's one is the most debatable one of all of them.
Because it's so hard, though, because it's like you're talking about a team that had Magic, had Kareem, had Shaq, had Kobe, had just all-timers. All-timers.
Now you have to go straight to what Orlando said.
Orlando had... Where did the Magic go? Do I not see the Magic on here? Where are they?
Yeah.
Dwight Howard. They had Dwight Howard. And you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess that's called for longevity because Shaq was only in Orlando with 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. His rookie deal.
And Dwight was it like, what, 7 or 8?
I think he played 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, and again, 3 Defensive Player of the Years while he was there. And okay, I can get down with it. I get it. Let me see who the other ones. The Grizzlies, Mark Gasol.
Paul Gasol.
No, Mark Gasol.
I'm saying Paul Gasol.
Okay. I don't know if I have a better answer.
Paul Gasol.
Okay,
his
fine.
brother. His
Paul
brother's way
Gasol.
better than him.
The Heat, Dwayne Wade. I give it to you. Giannis for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kareem.
but yeah, Kareem played there.
Oscar
Oscar
Big O.
Robertson. Yeah.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah. Okay. Garnett for the Timberwolves. Yeah, I'll give you that one. And
They got Chris Paul on here twice.
Chris Paul's on here for the Pelicans.
Now, I can see him with the Pelicans
Yeah.
more so than I can with the Clippers.
He really didn't have a long stint with the Clippers, did he? How long was he in LA? 4 years?
He was
3
in
years?
LA.
3 or 4 seasons?
Chris Paul been in the league for like 20 years.
No, I know that, but how long was he with the Clippers? I want to say it was only 4 years. Chris Paul Clippers. Come on, man. Why has everything got to give me the runaround? How long did Chris Paul played for the Clippers? Yes, he did. Thank you, Siri. That's a brilliant answer. Let me see here. How many years did he play for the Clippers?
I see one of these on the list that I do not agree with.
Okay, hold on. Clippers 2011 to 2017, so 6 seasons with the Clippers. All right, longer than I thought. Which one don't you agree with?
The Thunder.
The Thunder is Russell Westbrook.
Kevin Durant.
I think it's got to be Durant, right? No, but I mean, Westbrook won his MVP.
Durant won his MVP there too.
Oh, did he? I guess he did he? All right. Yeah, all right. That's fair. The last few on the list, the Knicks was Patrick Ewing. I'll give you that. 76ers have Iverson. I kind of also lean Dr. J.
Nah, I'll take Iverson over
You
Dr.
take
J.
Iverson over Dr. J? All right.
Yeah.
Son, Steve Nash.
No.
Oh, I thought it was Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I would say Charles Barkley or Thunder Dan Marley, one of the two.
No, not Thunder Dan Charles.
Portland, Dame Lillard.
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler all day, right?
Yeah.
I thought the same exact thing. I'm like, how do you disrespect Clyde Drexler like that? Clyde the Glide. Oscar Robinson for the Kings.
Huh?
I know. I don't remember Oscar Robinson playing for the Kings.
I don't remember playing for the Kings either. Because I was going to say for the Kings, I was going to
Chris
take
Webber.
Mitch Richmond.
Richmond or Weber, either of those I would have been good with. Tim Duncan for the Spurs. It's probably fair, even though David Robinson probably deserves part of that conversation. The Raptors, Kyle Lowry. I would put Kawhi.
Damon Stoudemire.
I would put
Are
Kawhi.
you putting Mighty Mouse?
There. Yeah, Kawhi wasn't there long enough.
No, I know, but he won a title.
Vince Carter. I'm going Vince Carter. Vince Carter.
Oh, Vince Carter's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's much better. And then the Jazz was Karl Malone.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. And then the Wizards was John Wall. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I'm in the same boat as the other ones. I couldn't tell you a better nominee.
I can't tell you anybody played for the Wizards.
Oh, they going the Wizards. So
the Bullets.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Bullets. Well, if you're going to go back to the Bullets, one would say Chris Mullin.
Oh, okay.
Chris Mullin went with the Bullets long enough. He was with Golden State longer than that.
Yeah, he was with Golden State for most of his career, wasn't he?
Well, I guess John Wall would be the right answer then. It ain't like they got a healthy history nowhere.
Who's the guy, the big that played the Bullets that was so good?
Manute Bol?
No.
Moses Malone? No, he played in.
He played with Sixers.
Yeah, 4. Moses Malone. Yeah, I couldn't give you another one for Washington. John Wall, though, I don't know. Some of these are tough though. Like some of these franchises didn't have guys that were like all-time legacy guys. So you got to go who was there the longest and contributed the most while they were there, I guess. If you look at it, John Wall kind of fits that, but I knew some of these weren't going to go over well with you. But
you know what? I take Gilbert Arenas before I take
actually that's not bad.
Yeah. Wes Unseld, who I was trying to think of.
Oh, wow.
Wes Unseld.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's a name I hadn't heard in a minute. Mm-hmm. Wes Unseld checking in from
Hey, we forget about Bradley Beal too.
Yeah, we sure do. And we continue to.